SNK Heroines for the PlayStation 4 and Switch. We'll be taking a look at the PlayStation 4 version, which is download only, unless you buy from NAS's store, and it's only available as a collector's edition, so if you really want a physical copy, you're probably going to have to import from Japan. This doesn't apply to the Switch version though, so have at it. Either way, let's get to it! SNK Heroines is a 2v2 party fighting game featuring the females from the King of Fighters. The game is a 2D fighter, but aims for accessibility, so combos aren't overly complex, and controls are pretty basic. Guard, for example, is mapped to a button and can be broken after hitting for a while, like Smash!
Come on!
Crouch attacks have been removed as well, which I'm kind of okay with, and periodically, items appear on stage and can be used by the player when they pick it up. They serve the role of assist, kind of, and some can be used like a combo breaker. Special attacks are mapped to circle, and pressing it along with a directional input can bring out a different attack. There's also a stamina bar tied to special attacks, so you can't spam combos willy-nilly. To win the match, you need to use a finishing attack tied to... I think this is R1? Don't forget assists, which are necessary to extend combos. This makes for relatively hectic matches. While the gameplay appears basic, you can pull off some pretty cool combos. Here's one with Leona. Now add it with gender bent Terry. Awesome! Anyway, SNK Heroines comes with the usual modes. Story mode, which is basically arcade mode, centers on Kukri abducting the girls and sending them to a pocket dimension. The girls end up in risque outfits and are forced to fight each other, and Kukri's goal is to merge the two dimensions by using the few of the girls you defeat. Fight through the ladder and face off against them, who can be a bit difficult for newcomers. I swear to God, he just caught me off guard! He caught me off guard! There are cutscenes interspersed between fights, which can bring some variety if you're using different girls. Beating the story with different girls gets you their endings, which are more like gag endings. And there are some specific CG and trophies associated with being in the game with certain character combinations. Story mode isn't very long, you probably take 30 minutes to beat it, and it's up to you on whether it's worth playing through multiple times. There's also a survivor mode, but that's pretty much it for the offline content. As you play, you earn money, which allows you to unlock skins and accessories, with default skins having the B-bot. A cool thing to note is that you can play co-op in story and survivor mode. I just need to find friends. If you can't find friends, you can always take it online. But my experience with SNK games online always ends up being... yeah... The games I do find end up being chugfest with its random slowdowns. Netcode is pretty bad, so don't expect the best online experience with mostly misses for me. The PS4 version runs at a crisp 60 FPS. But the Switch, on the other hand, is reported to run 30 docked and sub 30 undocked, which is frankly unacceptable for a fighting game. This should be taken into consideration if you're on the fence of which version you want. And here's some things to nitpick. The graphics! The game uses the same engine from KOF 14, and it still looks like poop. If they decide to use this engine in their next game, I hope they add in some better lighting or cel-shade it. So here's hoping for decent graphics next game. The small cast! There's only 14 characters to play, which will be expanded with DLC. But I think most people will probably be done with this game by the time we get all that. Some smaller things like having to use a super to finish the match, as well as a stamina bar to use specials and supers, just makes me wish that this was a normal fighting game. I also wish the developers took into consideration players who use fight sticks. What I mean by that is the use of items. To use them, you use the right analog stick. But since I'm using a fight stick, I guess I'm out of luck. Fortunately, you can turn them off in options as well as online room settings, but not with quick battle. SNK has commented that they're patching in fight stick support, so I guess this is kind of a moot point if you're watching this video after the initial launch. Have to admit though, it feels kinda good to win with the handicap. To be honest, this game is fun for what it is, and I've warmed up to it. Just not worth the price I paid for it though. It's clearly not a game to rotate with the likes of Guilty Gear or whatever else fighting game you have, so I really say wait for a heavy price drop. Buy it cheap, play it for a few days, and move on. This game gets a rating of "Why so expensive?" which translates to a 6. As long as you expect a party-style fighting game, you'll have a blast, just mind the performance.